How's this for cheek? Caroline Calloway has become a worldwide internet sensation by being honest about being dishonest. The 31-year-old is a brazen, and it must be said, quite beguiling fraudster who's decided to make crime pay by fessing up to it. In her scamming career, Caroline first made her name by lying her way into Cambridge University. She then graduated to even more audacious rip-offs, conning and stealing from a multitude of unsuspecting victims. It's a sobering indictment, but like it or not, Caroline's proving that once you've had one scandal, you might as well have 1,000. Welcome to the weirdest interview of my 2 decades in journalism. All right, Caroline, are you happy to start this?
Yes.
All right.
I don't know if you heard, but Matisse just meowed on cue.
Introduce me. Who have we got here?
This is Matisse. Matisse isn't the brightest button on the cardigan, if you know what I mean. But he doesn't have to be. We all don't have to be super smart. I didn't get into Cambridge on my own merit, so, relatable kitty. He just loves love. I think that's really all animals want, is just be f***ing adored.
Strap yourself in, because Caroline Calloway is a hell of a ride.
I don't know how you're gonna clip this together. Good f***ing luck. If I were old and doing this, I would just be like a kooky old lady. But because I'm young, it's like, hey girl. It's so up. The second I get wrinkled, I'm gonna be so I'm so kooky already.
Yeah, but people underestimate you. You're actually super smart.
Thanks. I thought you were gonna be way meaner to me in this interview. I thought it was gonna be on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being evil, 10 being extremely evil, where would you rate yourself?
The truth is, plenty of people would indeed give this notorious internet personality a 10 on that scale. This is the story of a modern-day fraudster, an influencer who embodies the saying, fake it till you make it.
Hello, my name is Caroline Calloway. Don't Google me. Let me just tell you who I am. Number 1, I invented flowers. You're welcome.
But tonight, we uncover the truth about Caroline Calloway, the scammer who really does put the artist into con artist.
My hobbies include scamming, and I'm the best at it because I've never been caught. Lots of scammers are in jail. Not this one. That's why I'm the best.
Most fraudsters do their work behind closed doors, but Caroline Calloway isn't your average scammer. She thinks she can make grifting respectable, and she's happy to get glammed up to front our cameras. She wants to explain that she's in fact an author who's just been on a pretty wild journey. How desperately did you want to become popular?
Oh gosh, sickeningly. It's so lame. And sometimes I'm like, why are you such a dumb bitch? Do you know what I mean? Is that relatable to you at all?
I'm 23 years old, and I live mainly in Cambridge, but sometimes in New York.
The reality of becoming a grifter was born of the dream of becoming a writer. In 2013, that was a step closer to reality when Caroline was accepted into the prestigious Cambridge University. At the same time, she became one of Instagram's first influencer sensations as she documented life on campus. But little did everyone know at the time, it was all a con. Can you tell us how you got into Cambridge?
I forged a grade on my transcript. I changed a D+ that I got in high school, my senior spring, changed it to an A-, and I lied, and I got in.
Not only had Caroline used fraud as her ticket into Cambridge, her Instagram was based on deception too. She bought a huge number of followers to make it look like her account was much more popular than it actually was, a practice that's now illegal. And this is where Caroline's scams started paying dividends. By 2016, the apparent success of her Instagram profile led to a publisher offering her a staggering $500,000 to write a book about her life. Yet Caroline never wrote the memoir. Instead, she pocketed the advance of $100,000 and used the stolen cash to live the high life on New York's exclusive social scene.
Yes, It Girls are startups and startups need funding. I spent that $100,000 on things that would look great on my Instagram, on trips, on ball gowns, on things that I could post about in order to keep the follower count growing and to keep getting the maximum number of likes per post.
It wasn't just her publisher that Caroline was ripping off. She also stole from her landlord so she could keep splashing the cash on herself.
I stopped paying rent my last year in New York because I'm a dumb bitch and a bank wasn't going to give me $40,000 to buy clothes and party in New York. And so I just didn't pay rent for a year, but I'm paying them back and I only have 15 grand left to pay them. So it'll be paid probably by the end of summer.
So your choice at that point in life was to either live a life of luxury or pay your rent.
Yes, you could have never asked for that money from a bank to go out and just be in the right rooms with the right people, having the right conversations, wearing the right clothes.
Caroline's fraudulent ways still weren't public in 2018, so she launched a national creativity workshop tour where for $165 a head, her fans could meet the influencer and learn about building a brand.
We just sit around, have salad, talk about creating art and heartbreak and pain and recovery. So I called them creativity workshops.
But instead, the roadshow made international headlines when it was cancelled after she failed to book venues in a number of cities, leaving her loyal followers not only furious, but out of pocket. But you kind of believe that, most of the people that came to these workshops, your followers know that your brand is kind of that you're a bit of a hot mess. And so they knew what they were signing up for.
Yes, exactly. To be honest, people who follow me, and especially the super fans who want to come to a 40-person drink wine, I tell stories, maybe we do some crafts, we sit on the floor. Those people, they get it. They get that chaos is the brand. They know what they're signing up for. They've been following along for a while and they know me.
You're just owning it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so deeply unlikable when I talk about this. I know it, I hear it. The publicist in me knows that the correct thing to say is, I overpromised and I underdelivered and I'm sorry, but I did a great job. Everyone thought I was truly a criminal, a white-collar criminal mastermind who belonged in jail. And I felt like that was kind of unfair, even though I know it's unlikable for me to say this. And maybe in my next interview, I'll just say, I overpromised, underdelivered. I'm sorry. Next question.
Caroline was outed as a scammer. But as you'll see, rather than repent, she decided it was time to double down. You've said once you've had one scandal, you might as well have as many as you want.
Not you might as well. I think you should. He just disappeared. Okay.
Right here.
Oh, great.
So, back to the kooky world of scammer Caroline Calloway.
Okay.
Where were we?
I also have some things I want to... Thank you. I want to show you about Matisse. Look at this. You can just...
Caroline is the influencer turned fraudster who lied to get into Cambridge, scammed a $500,000 book deal, and became an internet supervillain when she was accused of ripping off her fans with a failed tour. Yet she claims she's just a cat lover and a troubled writer who's been misunderstood.
I was saying, look, see this? Shouldn't a survival instinct kick in? Okay, see, he sort of did.
I worry that people will think your treatment of Matisse is more reprehensible than some of the scams you've carried out.
Bro, you don't even know. There's literally a rumor that I drug him, but trust me, Matisse is very loved, and he has all the hats he could ever want and all the cuddles he could ever want, and he's my best friend.
The self-described crazy cat lady needs a new best friend because her old one, Natalie Beach, now hates her. She caused even more hysteria online in 2019 when she penned an article claiming Caroline Calloway was a fraud and that Natalie was the real author of much of the writing that had made the influencer so famous. It's an allegation Caroline disputes. Your best friend absolutely tips a bucket on you. How did you feel reading that?
I felt like someone had reached it into my body, through my mouth, and pulled out my soul along with my voice and taken it away from me.
This is when the hatred of Caroline Calloway really peaked. Apparent scam after scam saw her being likened to notorious fraudsters like Anna Delvey and Theranos creator Elizabeth Holmes.
Those people are currently in federal prison or have been to prison or on house arrest. So at first when people compared me to them, my nerves were so frayed. I felt like the FBI was gonna break down my door at any moment and come and put me in cuffs and take me to prison for the rest of my life. I know I'm not like Elizabeth Holmes because they're in jail and I'm not. They did crime and I have never. So now I'm able to laugh at it. But at first it was really terrifying to be compared to them, honestly. It really freaked me the out.
It was around this time that Caroline had an epiphany. You've said once you've had one scandal, you might as well have as many as you want.
Not you might as well. I think you should. I mean, if you've had no scandals, my advice would be continue to have none. But if you've had one scandal, have as many more as you can, because otherwise that one scandal will define you. And you really need to play into the Trumpian, Kardashian information overload principle. At a certain point, we just can't remember all the stories about someone. And I think that is, once you've had one big scandal, that is your way forward.
So Caroline Calloway decided to do what she does best, write. And behold, she is now a published author. And what better way to own your reputation than by calling the book Scammer? Caroline wants us to believe that this is a story of redemption, claiming to have now paid back every single person who was ever out of pocket to her, including coming up with the pretty risque way of refunding the huge sum she owed her original book publisher.
And so I joined OnlyFans and I sold topless photos of myself dressed as literary heroines. Just tits out, but make it books. I sort of thought of it as cerebral softcore porn. And I made mad money. I was actually in the top 0.3% of all creators on OnlyFans. I was making $25,000 a month, so I wish I could say I paid them back in 4 months. No. I paid them back in 8 months because I spent $100,000 on just random shit because, I don't know, because I'm incorrigible. Because I'm the problem. But I did pay them back.
You're funny. You're entertaining. But the cynic in me thinks, you just use those charms to mask the fact that time and again you've actually scammed people out of their money.
Seriously. I've scammed people. Find a person who I've scammed. Find one person.
You call yourself a scammer.
I don't feel like I went after the moniker scammer. I feel like I'm wisely playing the hand I was dealt. There's a difference.
It's been a rocky road to achieving her dream of becoming an author, but Caroline Calloway is finally busy sending out personalised copies of her book to fans around the world. The irony is, her memoir wouldn't be nearly as entertaining if she hadn't enjoyed such a turbulent and controversial life.
Vogue yesterday just published an article titled "In Defense of Caroline Calloway." They loved the book. The Washington Post called it a masterpiece today, which is really exciting because I'm from Virginia. So that was the paper we got delivered. But I just wish my dad were alive to see it. He would have been so proud. But anyways, I don't know what's better than a masterpiece, but I'm gonna chase it.
All right, I think we've covered all bases with you. Thank you very much, except...
Okay, thank you so much. I had so much fun, actually. Now I'm sad it's over.
Well, it'd be remiss of us not to get a goodbye wave from Matisse. Where's Matisse?
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Hello, I'm Tom Steinfort. Thank you for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minutes segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes, which are on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.